Howdy folks, how are y'all doing? Welcome back to another video, and this one should not really come as a surprise to anyone who has been keeping up with everything going on over the past 12 months of my life. Things have been pretty hectic. There's obviously been, the public stuff that's come up. We had some issues with the COPA towards the end of last year. And there's also been a lot of stuff that's been going on behind the scenes with me in my personal life that I've been trying to deal with. And it's all kind of boiled over for me in the last week, just dealing with a lot of stuff. And I didn't really prepare what I was going to say here. I knew what I was going to say, but I didn't think about how I was going to say it. Let me say this. For the last several months, starting last summer, I started going through some things that made me question who I am as a person and what I am doing here and what my goals are and what I am striving to achieve, all of that. And I sort of, at the time, just put it on the back burner and decided to ignore it. And because there was a lot of very tough choices that had to be made, or that I knew I needed to make, but that I didn't want to. And so I said, I'll just put this over here, and I'll let it simmer, and I'll worry about it later. The year went on, gotten to be about October, November, and the COPA stuff started happening, and it was definitely drummed up to be a lot scarier than it was. I think that, when you go out there and say you're going to be catching YouTubers like, shooting fish in a barrel, once actual FTC heads started talking about it, everything made a little bit more sense and it calmed down. But that whole process of going through that and dealing with how I'm supposed to continue the channel and all of that really took everything off the back burner and put it back in the forefront for me. And I had to think about all these things again. And for the last 5 months, since the start of this year, almost half a year now, this has just been boiling over for me internally, just constantly getting more and more intense and more difficult to deal with and harder to think clearly about it. And I was talking to a friend and I told them what I felt like doing. And it was the first time I ever said it and meant it, because I've said it jokingly before. But I told them what I genuinely thought, and they said, you know what? You should probably do that, because I think it would be very good for you. And I said, you know what? I think you're right. So going back about a month and a half or so ago, maybe 2 months ago, I announced that I was going to start the process of attempting to de-idolize YouTube. I'd put it up on this pedestal, and I spent way too much time on it. And I think when I said that before, I wasn't clear. I don't just mean physical time. I don't mean time in front of a computer recording or time in front of a computer editing or anything like that. I've spent too much mental time on YouTube. It's what I think about all day. And that might sound ridiculous to you because this is not a particularly large channel. It's not huge by any stretch of the imagination. It exists. I like it. I enjoy what I do, and I certainly have a following of people who enjoy what I do. But it's not PewDiePie huge. And I think a lot of times when you hear YouTubers come out and say things like, I'm spending too much time on YouTube, it's affecting my mental health, I need to take some time off, it's usually people with a lot more pressure on them from the media or from their fan base or something like that. I don't have that problem per se. I have a very understanding community, a very respectful community, and I appreciate everyone in it. My problems are entirely my own. They're self-fabricated and they are self-sustained in a sense. I've recently begun to question whether or not I might have some obsessive tendencies that I've never had diagnosed. I don't want to go into that because that would just be me spitballing things that I read on WebMD, and it's no actual backing to any of it. But I obsess over things, especially things that mean a lot to me. And this is one of those things. And I announced couple months ago that I was going to try to scale it back because, and I especially realized this in Copa, I had a moment where I realized I have turned down time with friends to make YouTube videos or time with family members to make YouTube videos, and now those friends have moved away. Some family members have passed away. And I traded time with them and experiences with them and memories with them for this thing that is effectively a hobby that I enjoy, but a hobby. And I've spent countless hours thinking about this hobby that I could have spent thinking or working on meaningful things. I hate to say that because I think that to an extent what I do here has meaning. You know, I've certainly heard from people that have expressed that it's meant something to them, which is fantastic, and I've certainly enjoyed it, but I think that I wanted to scale back, and I announced how I was going to do that. I deleted the YouTube app off of my phone, and I deleted the Discord app off of my phone, because Discord, you know, when I say YouTube, I mean the whole thing. YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Discord, the whole Howdy Folks brand that I've manufactured. I invested all of my time and all of my thought into. And at first that helped because I wasn't getting pinged on Discord when I was just trying to live my life, when I was spending time with, you know, my family. That helped a little bit. And then as time passed, I began to wonder, well, what's happening? You know, it started to become, oh man, I wonder what's going on YouTube. Did the video go out? I don't know. Is it working? Was it in 4K? Did something happen with the processing? I have no way to know. And what ended up happening was, instead of being able to get that quick answer to that question, I just stressed about it all day and then forced myself not to re-download the YouTube Studio app to check on it. And I have the regular YouTube app, but I'm like, no, I will not do that. I will not open the YouTube app and go to my own channel. I'm not going to do it. But it just continued to dominate my thoughts. And then recently, Final Fantasy VII came out. And I wanted to stream my way through that. And that became this new sort of obsessive thing of, oh man, I'd love to do this thing tonight, but I gotta go home and stream it. And again, no pressure from anyone in my audience, nothing like that. It was just me putting this pressure on me. So I made some more decisions, and I announced that we would be not live streaming after we finished FF7. I was like, I'm going to take a break from that. But it wasn't quite enough. And like I say, I had this conversation with someone, and I told them, I'm thinking about taking a break from YouTube. And in the process, just stepping away from everything for a few months, maybe. And I've talked about that before. I've said that to people. In the past, I've said things like, yeah, maybe I should just quit. And I've always said it jokingly, but there's always been sort of a part of my brain that sort of thinks about that and is just ecstatic at the idea of just, not because, again, it's not any sort of outside pressure. I don't want anyone in my audience to feel like this is somehow your fault or a collective's fault. It's all on me. I put too much on myself. I stress too much about this thing, and then I've ruined it for myself. And the idea of just stepping away from it is just fantastic feeling. Love the idea. And so I very seriously, I brought this to my friends. I'm like, I think I am depressed. I think I've put myself into this position where this little thing that I've created is now driving me crazy. And I don't know what to do. And they said, okay. Well, I'm thinking about taking a break. And they said, sounds like you should do that. And I said, I think you're right. I think I should. So I'm going to be taking a break from YouTube, which means all of it. Not just YouTube, not just Twitch. I'm taking a break from Howdy Folks. And as part of that, that was the easy decision to make. I was like, heck yes, I'm going to do this. But then I had the harder choices of what all does that entail? And I've decided that it is all-encompassing. I don't know if I'm going to what I'm going to do with the social medias. We don't really have many. We've got a Twitter, and we've got I think there's an Instagram. Probably leave those up. Don't really post to them ever. I've been doing random polls on the Twitter, the Howdy Folks Twitter. That's been fun, so I might keep doing that. But so I might do that. The big one, and the one that was the hardest to decide what to do with, is the Discord. Because I don't want to manage that right now. I want to step back completely, but I also can't just let it be a wild westland. So I was like, well, maybe I could just mute it, and then, or maybe I could just, mute all the users. What I've decided to do, I don't want to delete it, because there's a lot of history on there, and there's a lot of funny memes and conversations, and when I come back, if I do decide to come back, I'd like to have that there. But at the same time, I don't really trust anyone else to manage it for me. So what I've decided to do is hibernate it. I've deleted the invites to it. No one new can join for now. And I'm going to use the prune tool to prune just everyone off of it. And that way it exists. It's like this little time capsule. And when we come back, I can release a new invite code, and everyone can rejoin, and it'll be great. But until then, it'll just be offline. It'll be on the side. This is going to affect mostly patrons, I think. A lot of people use the Discord. I think a lot of people enjoy the Discord. But Patreon is... I've made this decision a while back now. I decided to wait because I knew that one of the perks for Patreon is the Discord and the Minecraft server. And the Minecraft server has been dead for a long time. I'm going to go ahead and get that world and put it up as a download on the Patreon. So if you're a patron supporter and you want to keep playing it, you can totally do that. But yeah, we're going to... And I know I'm saying and ah a lot and getting very silent and introspective, but it's just been, this is a thing that I've thought through talking about for so long. And here I am. I finally just sat down. I was like, I'm just going to record it. I'm not going to prepare anything. I'm just going to go off the cuff. Yeah, the Minecraft server's going down. The Discord's going down. And I understand for a lot of people that sort of devalues Patreon. And I totally understand that. That I get it. It's not... If you signed up specifically because you wanted to join the now dead Minecraft server, or, even Discord to a degree. I got on it. No one's posted anything in the last 24 hours. Nothing has been said on there. It's just been a ghost town. And I was like, well, every so often there'll be these little spurts of conversation, mostly from the patron supporters. And if that's what you signed up for, I'm very sorry. But it's towards the end of the month. If you want to go ahead and cancel it, I completely understand that. That's what I've been trying to get to. I get that these devalues it a bit, and I totally understand that can be a bit of a bummer. And that's no hard feelings from me. If you feel like it's devalued it for you and you no longer want to support on there, that's fine. No hard feelings. I'm not upset about it. I get it. I would be upset too. So if you want to cancel the support on Patreon, you got 10 days, I think, before they recharge you. So it's close enough to the end of the month that hopefully you got your money's worth out of it, but also you've got time to cancel before it rolls over. I thought about waiting until the end of May to do this, but I was like, that's just scummy. And I wasn't doing it intentionally to be like, it'll recharge everyone. But I was like, I'll wait till the end of May and then I'll make this announcement that I'm going cold maybe for the summer. But then I was like, that's pretty awful thing to do to people. I'm not going to do that because that would be a side effect of it. So I figured I'd go ahead and make it today. How does this impact videos? I currently have one ongoing series, and that is by design. I've been whittling everything else down right now to get it all sort of out of the way. And the only ongoing series I've got right now is a Minecraft series, Tech It to the Moon, that I started on a whim. It was originally going to be another 2020 and 20 challenge, but had a lot of issues getting it recorded. So I might continue that during the off time, which I know makes no sense, but just sort of sporadically, maybe a couple of times a week, release a new video on that. But I would expect that once that's done, then it'll be done. And I might not release anything else in that series. It might just be done. The last episode will be me talking about Final Fantasy VII, which in some ways is kind of fitting. Maybe when Final Fantasy Part 2 comes out, we'll release the next episode. That would be something, wouldn't it? It's fortunately not a new mod pack, so I could technically come back to it at any time and just continue where we left off. That's almost an intriguing idea. But as far as Patreon, like I say, if you don't want to support someone who's not making content, or the perks you wanted are gone, I understand that. I'm thinking about releasing like a weekly show on there, just kind of talking about what I'm playing during the downtime, sort of like just like a little short podcast or something like that. I do still have a commentary from me and Jen that I need to release on there, so I will look into getting that one finished. Maybe now that things are going to be less hectic. As far as a return, I don't have a date in mind. I'm considering this like a soft shutdown. I'm not taking any of the videos down or anything, but the channel's not going away. But I am, for sure. And I'll continue to hop in and check on the comments and all that. But for the time being, I need to not have this thing dominating my mind and my thoughts, because it is all consuming and it is driving me insane, and I need to get distance from it, and I need to just not think about it anymore for at least a while. And maybe I will brainstorm a new approach for when I come back, for how I can actually manage it and make it something that I can enjoy without being something that I stress over. I don't know. We'll see. Thank you, folks, for watching. It's been just shy of 9 years. Thank you for watching. God bless each and every one of you. Bye.